In this video, we will take a look at the newly announced PlanetWatch Roadmap. I am incredibly excited for this project because there are amazing things planned ahead. Coming right up. During the latest AMA, instead of usual announcements and Q&A, we were surprised with the overview of PlanetWatch's roadmap. This roadmap is set until of only 2022 because of the big changes and how dynamic this period will be. The roadmap presentation started with the current time frame, second half of 2021. The main focus of PlanetWatch is to scale fast the air quality network and also the community. They are putting in place measures and partnerships in order to do so. This is important because we not only have a network effect, where the value is determined by the number of sensors and community, but also because PlanetWatch is in the business of big data. And the quality of big data is determined by hyperlocal worldwide outdoor sensors and also very extensive indoor air quality monitoring. That means for indoors, a good fraction of households worldwide, lots of hotels, train stations, public transport, post offices. For outdoor, we already know from the white paper, 1 Type 1 and 5 Type 2 sensors for each pixel worldwide. One of the ways PlanetWatch wants to achieve this is through corporate partners. We already know from past EMAs that PlanetWatch is in discussion with lots of companies that have thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of retail customers behind them. Claudio Porinello, the CEO, then explained in details why this step is not bad for the project, as many of us think. Because this is Chris Crypto Coffee, I will put the explanations in context and tell you my opinion. Many of us fear Emrit because it swooped up the Helium project, letting the community without miners while they deployed tens of thousands of them. In the PlanetWatch case, I think the team looked very carefully at what happened at Helium and learned from their lesson. First of all the companies will have to play by the same set of rules as us, the community, as they are presented in the white paper. Second, PlanetWatch takes care of its community by running separate community sensor batches than the corporate ones. These are already facts since most of the deployed sensors are community-based and new batches are announced all the time. We will address this further at the next point. Closing the parenthesis, PlanetWatch growing from a little over 3,000 sensors that are today deployed to tens of thousands worldwide in a few months can't be done without companies. This growth will only benefit everyone since each new sensor deployed means more value added to the project. Since PlanetWatch is in the business of big data, it needs to grow to a critical mass of sensors in order to have valuable data to sell. While many in the community fear the saturation point, Claudio told us in an indirect manner, and I do it in a direct one, that as the project grows, the value of the planet will more than compensate for the reduction in daily rewards. He gave the example of Bitcoin and halving. Even if it reduces the number of mined bitcoins in half, the value added not only compensates but makes the mining more profitable in the end. The PlanetWatch's goal is to become the most important environmental data provider in the world. Think how many sensors that will need and think how valuable this project will be in this case. In this second bullet point, PlanetWatch addressed what I just covered. We all know that there is a chip shortage worldwide and this affects even the sensor market. However, they even take this into account into their roadmap. Once again, Claudio stated that one of their priorities is that everyone has the chance to get a sensor regardless of the budget or location. Does this mean that we'll not see sensor out of stocks? I don't think so. But I think that PlanetWatch is very careful about this topic and that they will do as much as possible to mitigate it. Claudio stated that they will put significant resources to this. So focus on new sensor batches and onboarding new sensors. We know that will be announced very soon a new Type 4 sensor and possibly a new Type 1 sensor. Subscribe to my channel if you want to know more about these devices. I will do my best to buy all the new sensors in order to create for you unboxing, review and setup videos with them. Another point of focus for PlanetWatch this semester will be to boost the token circulation. Claudio stated that the current bottleneck is the fact that US, Canada and other countries can't buy planets. We already know that we'll have two new exchanges, Bitmort for US and Emirex for Middle East. But for PlanetWatch ambition's goal, those are not enough. That's why a DEX on Algorand will be coming soon. That on itself will open new opportunities like liquidity pools and staking. Yet PlanetWatch will not stop here. The next target is to issue a new parallel version of the Planets token that will run in the Ethereum blockchain. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this news. Of course, it will be in compliance with the white paper, so a number of planets on the Algorand blockchain that are held by PlanetWatch company will be frozen and an equal amount of ERC20 token planets will be released. This step means that more people will have access to the Planets token and the world of the biggest DeFi projects will be open to us. Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap are only a few projects where we will be able to trade our planets. So if you warmed up, we will go into the next milestone, the Stake for the Planet initiative. Once the planets will be open to DeFi, they will be able to be used with different DeFi services like staking. PlanetWatch wants to do a different kind of staking of their own, a unique service in the crypto world. For the staking of your planets, you will receive NFTs and PlanetWatch will fund planting of trees on your behalf. We are talking about environmental protection and crypto joining forces under the PlanetWatch umbrella. And this is one of the answers to many people's question. What is PlanetWatch actively doing to mitigate global change? Going into 2022, the focus of the first semester for PlanetWatch will be to look into different business opportunities of data monetization. This is highly relevant to us because if data collected by our sensors will be sold, we will receive additional planets as stated in the white paper. One-of-a-kind partnerships through which the monetization will happen will be city projects. PlanetWatch is already talking to a number of cities. Another avenue to data monetization implies new innovative air-quality data products. The first kind of product will be radion monetization. This natural radioactive gas that comes from the ground is dangerous for the human body as it is carcinogenic. New legislation is already coming up in different countries about monitoring this gas, especially indoor. Not only that, but there are preliminary studies that suggest a correlation between radion emissions level and earthquakes. So this kind of materialization could become key in the future. And PlanetWatch has a good chance of being the first global dense network of real-time radion monitors. This will put PlanetWatch as a key player in the middle of researching this gas and its effects. If this possibility does not excite you, then I do not know what will. Also related to data monetization, PlanetWatch was invited to be part of a business-to-business data marketplace. This marketplace will help the project find high-value contracts with different large companies that require all sorts of big data. So PlanetWatch is pushing the growth of the network because of this. This growth is needed in order to be able to hit the critical mass that would allow PlanetWatch to have multiple important clients. So you know, any company that develops a product, manages to sell it and generate profit is a company that has real value. As you can see, PlanetWatch is very focused on building its network and going into the market with its data products. This as a community is what we are looking in the long term, and this is what will increase the value of the Planet tokens. Not only that, But there are plans for the second part of 2022 related to additional verticals. That means going into monitoring other environmental elements of our planet, not only the air. This implies market research on potential sensors to be onboarded, and the company know-how in those areas. This will be done once the project demonstrates that it will succeed with the air monitoring. Additional plans are being worked on. These are not yet to be disclosed in order for the possible competition to not get a head start. In conclusion, I hope you are just as excited about this as I am. With such ambitious milestones, even if PlanetWatch will deliver half of them, it will be a higher value, more robust company in 2 years. I know that most of us are focused on daily reward, sensor availability and whatnot. But we must remember that buying sensors and getting involved in PlanetWatch is not day trading. It's a long-term commitment, and the value that we get is highly tied to what the project plans and executions. That's why these roadmaps should be important to each of us. Until next time, see ya!